Hey friends, this is T again with another video, and today we're going to be discussing Jason Momoa possibly playing Lobo. Now this is kind of a no-brainer, or at least that's what I would have said in the past. But the recent stuff that he's been playing, he kind of like dumbed down his masculinity for some reason in a few movies that he came out in, and that kind of threw me off because I first found out about this guy when he played in Game of Thrones, when he played Drago, I think that's the name. I loved that character, loved it. Now, if he plays this character like that, that would be amazing. That right there, that character would be perfect for Lobo, okay? But I'm not so sure now. But I'm on Collider right now, so we're gonna find out if that's the case. And they're talking about possibly putting Lobo on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. So let's go ahead and get into this article. But before we do, please like, subscribe, and share this video. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you know whenever we come out with new videos, okay? Alright, let's get with it. Alright, let's go ahead and get into this article. Jason Momoa is finally playing his dream role in DCU's Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Okay, he pretty much screwed up Aquaman. Nobody really cared about the second movie. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I wasn't really excited about the first one. I mean, it was decent, but I really didn't care too much for it. But the second movie definitely didn't like it. So I'm glad he's pretty much done with that. I think he already put that in the past. He's moving on. So he's moving on to a better role, in my opinion, because I love Lobo. I think Lobo is an amazing character, okay? And the attitude, all about the attitude, man. If you don't have the attitude of Lobo, then it just don't work. Now, if Jason Momoa played all the characters that he played recently, and they was talking about putting him in the Lobo role, I would have been completely against it. Completely. Because some reason, I don't know why, they want to take masculine man. I'm assuming Jason Momoa is masculine. They want to just dumb it down, make him play like really, really, really feminine roles and stuff. Especially in what's that movie with Vin Diesel? Well, whatever. I can't think of it right now. But either case, he played a very feminine character in that, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. You know, because Vin Diesel character is very masculine. And so they're going to put this dude swaying and doing all this kind of stuff. I know he probably thought that he was doing some acting, that he was trying to do something different than he did before. And plus, please a certain crowd. But it didn't look good. I didn't care for it. I like the original. I just didn't like it. And if that's the only thing I've seen of Jason Momoa, I would be completely against him playing Lobo. But the only reason why I want him to play Lobo right now is because of Drago from Game of Thrones. When I first saw that character, I was thinking, this man can play Lobo. I remember thinking that. I thought it'd be perfect. Now, if you can convert back to that, then okay, I'll be happy with that. And then, you know, build up a little bit of muscle to it. That Lobo is a towering figure, man. I mean, if you can get right back to that Drago character in Game of Thrones, that'd be perfect. You don't have to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger muscles or anything like that, but just that character, go right back to that, right? And I think he'd be great for this role. Talking smack, smoking cigars, all that kind of stuff. And the fact that they want to go a little bit deep into Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, is exciting to me. And this is the weird part. I think I'm more motivated by Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, than I am about Superman. And that's weird because I've never felt like that before. But for some reason, I feel like that they're going to do a better job with Supergirl, that is more in depth, that is more stress and more danger that she's going to be in. Now, also, if they plan on including Lobo into that, they're going to be really interesting. And I've seen a few clips of some comic books of Supergirl right now, and they really diving deep with that character, man. Really diving deep with her. I think she's not put into a little box like Superman is, because people have certain expectations for Superman. So that's the hardest part about doing a movie on Superman. And when you want to get really creative, people get upset. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. When Man of Steel, the movie came out, right? And he broke Zod's neck. And people were pretty upset about that because they look at Superman as being positive. not a murderer. I mean, matter of fact, they emphasize on the fact he don't kill, and yet that's what happened. People was pissed about that. So I don't mind people taking creative liberties like that. I didn't have a problem with it at all because I wanted to see something different. I don't want to keep saying the same thing, but certain people just get mad about that kind of thing. But I feel like Supergirl's not in that box. She don't have to be. People don't have that kind of explanation. Matter of fact, she been kind of raw in a way. She grew up on Krypton, so she know how it is to be on Krypton. So being put on Earth, kind of like, she's in the world now. It's almost like getting a time machine and going backwards, okay? That's how she felt about Earth. That's why she moved. I think that's why eventually she went to the Legion of Superheroes in the future, because that fit on her lifestyle more than her living on a farm with the Kents, okay? So I think you can go a lot of places when it comes down to Supergirl. And I like the fact, if they really are introducing the Lobo character, I like the fact that Jason Momoa is excited about that. And as far as I'm concerned, he can go ahead and get rid of what's his name? Aquaman. I mean, you could just get rid of that character. I mean, I'm done with him. I don't care if they ever bring him back. I mean, maybe later if they do a Justice League or something like that. But right now, I'm not really excited about seeing no Aquaman, especially if this is the kind of Aquaman they plan on putting out, and I don't care for it. So, but let's go ahead and get into this article. I'm really curious as if this is confirmed that he will be playing Lobo. So let's go ahead and find out. All right, let's go ahead and read the article. Jason Momoa has become the biggest name so far to jump ship from the DC Extended Universe into the new era created by James Gunn and Peter Safran, taking on the iconic role of Lobo. Okay, so I wonder if this is going to be confirmed, but we're going to find out in a second, I guess. Momoa confirmed the news in his Instagram post today, and Deadline has additionally confirmed that Momoa will be appearing in Supergirl World of Tomorrow. Momoa is obviously best known for his role as Arthur Curry in Aquaman in the sequel, as well as his breakout role in Games of Thrones. Has long been associated with the character of Lobo. Yeah, a lot of people saw with Drago the same character as Lobo. I don't know, maybe he might have stole that from Lobo. Who knows, right? But I love that character on Drago, man. I thought that was an amazing character. And it pissed me off that they killed him so quickly and so easily. But he got cut, and then all of a sudden he gets sick. These guys live to fight, and all of a sudden now, when they get cut by a sword, all of a sudden they get a disease and die. You know what I'm saying? It's almost as if his character got so popular they didn't like that, so they had to get rid of him. They probably didn't expect him to become so popular, and people love that character. And so, because I like Game of Thrones, don't get me wrong, but it seemed like they kind of cater to the women more than anything else. It's probably more manly than the House of Dragons, because they definitely cater to the women now, right? But you still can tell. And if a man had a breakout role like Drago on the Game of Thrones, they were like, nah, we can't have that person there too long, right? He's too popular. Things might switch over. And, they just couldn't have it, so they got rid of him. So I was sad that they got rid of him so easily and so fast, and he died that way. It's almost like when they went into the 8th season of Game of Thrones, when Danny and what's that other game, Cersei's died the way they did. And I heard that the actors didn't like that as well. They was hoping that they died in some kind of battle or whatever, right? But it was just a big disappointment for many of the cast of Game of Thrones, the way season 8 ended, and they hated it. The fans hated it, and there's no going back. It's done. I hated the way Drago died. I thought it was crappy. Okay, but it is what it is. Even before Gunn took the reins of DC, he was often he has often spoken of his love for the character, and today he officially confirmed his connection to it through an Instagram post, sharing a screenshot of comments from a past interview. Excuse me. So Lobo was, I collected comics, and I don't do so many anymore, but he was always my favorite, and I always wanted to play Lobo because I'm like, hello, it's the perfect role, said the actor. He knows people gonna love that character. I think they did it on Krypton. I didn't like that characteristic of that actor. I didn't like it. For some reason, they were like dumb it down, making some kind of pretty boy. Lobo is a lot of things, but he's definitely not a pretty boy. Definitely. But for some reason, they got to throw in some good looking dude or something to play that role. And I think it's stupid. Momoa went on to say that say that should DC come around asking him to play Lobo, it would be effing yeah. Of course, man, who wouldn't want to play that character, right? That's a character you want to keep, especially if you play it right. Alongside the Instagram screenshot, Momoa posted a caption earlier today that reads, "They called." Okay, let's read it. What he had to say. Pride of the Gypsies. Okay, so Lobo was, I collect comics and I don't do so much anymore, but that was, I mean, the same thing I just read. So yeah, he definitely gonna do it. And that's Lobo right there. If you don't know who Lobo is, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know who Lobo is, he's one of the best characters in DC, man. And this guy ain't no joke. He's known for giving Superman a black eye, and that's a big deal. Okay, I mean, of course, you got Doomsday that's able to kill Superman, but before then, when they had Lobo, he was the only one of my knowledge at the time that was able to hurt Superman. I mean, he beat the crap out of Superman, and this guy is difficult for him to die as well. I read up on him, and he can heal. I mean, it can just be a drop of blood of him, and he can go back to being who he is. I mean, this guy is no joke, but it's his humor and his attitude is what I love so much about this dude, right? I mean, they don't showcase him enough for DC. They like to pull him out once in a while, but this is a badass character, man. I don't know if he got his own comic book or what the deal is, but I really love this character. Okay, they're going to go a little bit into his character. I'm going to read it right now. Lobo is one of the most outrageous and unique anti-heroes. I mean, he's not a hero, in my opinion, in the world of DC. He has an over-the-top personality and a brutal fighting style. Yes, like Wolverine. They compare him to Wolverine from Marvel. And loves some dark humor. So you can see why Momoa has been angling for this role for ages. Lobo hails from the planet Zarnia, a utopian world known for its peaceful and harmonious people. From my understanding, he killed everybody on this planet. I think, from my understanding, their people are the only ones that can kill each other. Okay, so he killed everybody on his planet, and so he's the only one left. He's like Superman, but he mass murdered everybody. However, Lobo is a psychopathic anomaly. Okay, I'm saying it wrong. Exterminated his entire species for fun, making him the last Zarnian. His larger-than-life persona has made him a hugely popular character, so it'll be great to see him on screen with such a committed actor behind it. Yeah, everybody been just waiting. It's certain characters is a no-brainer, okay? You can get pretty much any actor that has some masculinity and like really strong and brutal to play this role. It's not just Jason Momoa. I think other actors probably can play it, right? But it's no brainer. It's not difficult to find somebody like that. For some reason, they got difficulties finding that. I don't know who the casting people are or what the situation is, right? And I don't know how they choose certain characters. A lot of the time, they get it right. But sometimes, like people, characters like Lobo, I'm like, how's that so difficult to hire an actor for that? I mean, so many people out there that probably could play that role, man. And for some reason, they seem to can't get things like that right. Or they'll try to dumb them down somehow. You know, I'm glad that they did screw it up. It was like a TV show, The Krypton. It was a TV show, so I didn't respect a lot from that show. But when I saw clips of Lobo, I was like, it wasn't that good, man. He wasn't funny or anything like that. But I can see Jason Momoa's personality when it comes down to this particular character. I think it's great casting, if you ask me. Details about the upcoming Superman film remain tightly under wraps. However, it's already been revealed that the House of the Dragon star Millie Alcock has been cast. I think she's a great cast right there. That's what I'm talking about when you try to cast somebody. Now, the reason why I don't believe the girl that played Supergirl on the show could do this movie role is because they made her like almost like a goody two shoes. She's cute or whatever, right? Now this girl's cute as well, but the thing is, she got a more character, more rawness about her, and that's what I think Supergirl developed to be. She's more raw. She don't look at the world in a positive way like Clark do, like Superman do. She kind of like, you know, she feels out of place. She's going through some struggles. She lost her parents. You know, she's not as goody as Superman. I believe she will kill, and I wouldn't be disappointed if that what she would do. So it's different, and I think Millie Alcott fits that role. You know, she is attractive, but at the same time, she got a rawness about her or something. From what I've seen of the House of the Dragons, man, I think she's perfect because it was a scene when they had her having sex with one of the characters in the show, and she did it great. You know, she was able to do it in a way where I thought it was believable, even though when you first saw her, you thought she was innocent and all that kind of stuff, but it showed she had a kind of a rawness about her of the beginning of the show. So I really love that cast when it came down to her. And the title role, after an extensive search, Matthias Skolnaritz will portray the villain Krim in the Yellow Hills. And more recently, Eva Ridley joins the cast as Ruthie Mary Noel. I'm gonna have to look this up. I didn't know about these other characters because they were keeping things so under wraps. I had no idea they had a cast already. It's set to direct. Okay, working from a screenplay by Anna Naguara. While filming is slated to begin in January 13th, so it's gonna be beginning of next year. Great, fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I'm looking forward to Superman too, but I'm more looking forward to Supergirl, to be honest, man. I think it's gonna be more raw. Like I say, you can't put Kara Jarrell in a box. You can't do it, right? You can just take her character and make her anything at this point, right? You can't do that with Clark Kent. You can't, because everybody have their assumptions when it comes to Clark Kent, and then when he step out of that box, there's a lot of people that get upset. And I know a lot of people just wanted to be more creative with Superman, but it's difficult to do that. And people still want to see. They just want to see a positive thing about Superman. I mean, I understand that, but that's still very limited. Especially when you're also doing his comic books. Supergirl, you can pretty much do anything you want. I guess that's the end of the article. But I think if he plays it like Drago in Game of Thrones, I think he would be an amazing Lobo. Amazing Lobo. I hope he gets in shape for that. I'm assuming he did get the role. James Gunn probably told him he got it. The man been wanting to play this role. I think if he had a choice between playing Aquaman and Lobo, he would have picked Lobo. And that would have been a perfect choice. And I hope that he does it right, man. I hope they don't dumb him down, make him weak. Because I was hoping, look, I like the guy that's playing Superman right now. I have no problem with him. But I wish they made him a little bit more manly. I think that's really missing. That's what I love about Henry Cavill. He was more manly when he came down to that character. I like Superman being manly. He can be a little bit sensitive too, but I want him more manly. And that's what I want for my Lobo. I'm hoping that they really make him manly instead of dumbing him down and make him all sensitive. And this anti-hero thing, right? He's a bounty hunter. He don't give a crap about anybody else but himself. He killed his whole race for jokes and laughs, man. So how in the world are you going to try to make this guy anti-hero? Why would you even mention that? He murdered his whole race. Okay? He's selfish. He loves money. He don't care. He's violent. I mean, like I say, he's like Wolverine. It's like dumbing down Wolverine or something. And I hate that. Trying to make him so sensitive. I just make him the way the comic books created. Whoever created Lobo, I think it was based off of, they wanted something matching Wolverine when they created Lobo. I think Lobo was created after Wolverine was. And they wanted their own version in the comics. So somebody came up with this one. And I'm hoping that they just base it off that, man. I really do. So far, when it comes down to the animation, they do it well. Okay? There's no problem. Comic books, no problem. It's just when they do it for real life, man. Live action. They just can't get it right for some reason. But hopefully, now that they picked Jason Momoa, hopefully it will be good, okay? But that's all I got to say about it right now. I'm going to do a little bit more research into the cast of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I'm really fascinated. Like I said, I'm more excited about this movie. So I appreciate you sticking by. I'm really trying to bring up my subscriber base for the new year. So please help me out with that, okay? If you like the videos, please hit the like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. That way I know you're getting these videos. And also, please subscribe. It's a lot of people. I think I got like 98% of people watching my videos, but they haven't subscribed. So please, please help me out and subscribe. If you're just passing by, man, just hit that subscriber button. I really would appreciate it. Okay? All right. Thanks again for stopping by. This is T and peace.